Hey everybody, Florentine Yu-Gi-Oh here, and we're going to be going over the Orichalcos deck. It's like I said in the previous video, it's pretty similar to Uncle 40's, but I got a few things he doesn't, and then he's probably got a few things I don't, so fair is fair. Yeah. But this definitely is not. So let's go over the main deck to start with.
Yeah.
We'll play the original stuff from the show.
Yep.
All the way up to Gygus.
Yeah.
This is pretty much old hat, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You all know you see how it works. You get this dies, this come out, these come out. This dies, this comes out, swing for infinite. This can keep coming back, but this thing's usually fodder at this point.
Yeah.
Is
For rank 4 stuff.
Gygus. So yeah, we got Kutora, Shinros, Dexia, Aristeros, Divine Serpent, and Gygus. We still have to run these because it's canon, so we gotta run it. We're not running multiple Kutoras only because Kutora's kind of broken as an extender because you can just pay 500, plop them on the field, and link them away in this format.
Yeah.
And then of course Gygus starts our level 4 engine, which is a very important number for this deck.
Yep.
So next up we've got Dark Red Gadget, searches for Dark Yellow Gadget, searches for Dark Green Gadget, and these gadgets also have abilities while they're on the field. Red can't be attacked if there's another dark monster on the field. Yellow gives a global 400 buff to all my dark monsters.
Okay. And
Dark Green gives all my dark monsters on the field defense piercing, which is really good. Especially because, hey, Divine Serpent's a dark monster.
Yeah.
And then we also got, so these were Uncle 40's design, and then I added to them I actually designed these for us. We have dark gold and dark silver
Which
gadgets.
pretty much function the same way, but
they function the same way, except they work for level 4 Orichalcos monsters as well.
Ooh, okay.
And when they pop, they have the pop effect where you can pop one, summon a gadget out of the deck. But it does have the added effect of being gold is ice hand and silver's a fire hand. We also get to pop an opponent's spell or monster depending on which is destroyed.
Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those plays, isn't it?
Yeah. So and you can only use one effect of one a turn. So that's our gadget engine for the most part.
This is already starting to look pretty combo heavy, but go ahead.
Yeah, the Orichalcos deck is really a big combo deck. Now for our level 4 Orichalcos engine, we've got Malevolence. This card was used to be unplayable until we decided to give it a different effect.
Yeah.
If Seal's in play, you can special summon it. It's a free level 4 extender.
Okay.
And then if you can change in a defense position monster your opponent controls to attack mode, and then if you do draw a card, that's once a turn. Both effects are hard once per turns.
Nice.
So we got Malevolence. Now this next card has an interesting story. This was actually gifted to me by Uncle 40. He sent this to me. One of his older cards that he never found a use for, but I had to find a place for it in here because he did give this to me.
Yeah, just out of being nice.
Yeah. So when this card's summoned, it's Zephyrmon. When this card's summoned, you get to put a Zephyr counter on her. If she blows up by a battle or card effect with a Zephyr counter on her, you search any Orichalcos card. She usually gets linked away or exceeds, so that effect is pretty relevant.
Okay.
But her other effect is if she's on the field once per duel, I can pay 1,000 and add one of the gadgets to hand.
Nice.
So that's pretty good. She's actually really helpful for the level 4 engine. And our last level 4 is Orichalcos Synthesis 30. You can special her once per turn by discarding a card from your hand. And then while she's on field, you can draw one, then discard one as cost.
Okay.
To equip her equip spell sword.
Nice. From
the deck or the graveyard to her. Really sucks when you draw the sword itself off of her own effect to equip the sword.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So that's Synthesis 30, and then we've got our boss monsters. These are the sealed series. Okay. Now, we probably already know about these, but I'm going to go into more details. These used to be tokens that were summoned off of their respective spells. That was a little too broken. Yeah. So we made them. So last minute decision a couple of years ago, we decided to stick these in the main deck. They're essentially bricks. They can only be summoned. They can still only be summoned by their respective spell cards.
Okay.
So what the Seal series essentially is, it's a series of spell cards that summon these powerful monsters.
Okay.
They're kind of like Malefics. Only one monster summoned by the Seal series can exist on the field at a time.
Alright.
And yeah, that's about it. And you can only activate one sealed spell per turn. So we kind of balance them out to the best they can be in terms of mechanics. So
let's look at their effects.
Yeah, Gleam Eyes is Gleam Eyes is one of the best ones. It's like this one and this one are the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Even though he has big attack, but
yeah.
So what Gleam Eyes does is he's immune to spells, so he stays at 3,000 even under Orichalcos.
Okay.
And then once per duel, you can pay 1,000 Heavy Storm the field. That is destroy all spells and traps.
Okay.
And if he leaves the field by a card controlled by my opponent, you add another one of the spells that can summon these guys.
Okay.
From your deck to your hand.
Okay, so what does Skull Reaper do here?
Skull Reaper is interesting. He's a scrap dragon on summon. You target a card you control, target a card your opponent controls, blow him up. And he can't attack directly. He's 4,000 with Seal of Orichalcos, by the way.
Okay, so what is this thing?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about this.
What is Warhammer Titan?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about this guy. This guy's a Ghost Ogre with double piercing through defense. By the way, custom card aficionados, don't do that. Don't put double piercing on any card.
Right?
He's 3,000 with Seal of Orichalcos, so you can see where that goes.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Ghost... He is literally copy-paste Ghost Ogre, too, from field or hand.
Oh, yeah.
Just, if your opponent activates something, send him from hand or field to grave to pop it, is one effect. And if he is destroyed by battle or card effect by my opponent, I get to add one of the spells that summons the other two.
Okay.
Because you have to use the spell... These can only be summoned by their...
By their own spells.
By their respective spells.
Okay.
So that's the Seal series. Then we have a little series supports in the form of Oribo.
Ooh.
It's an Orichalcos Kuribo.
Okay.
Treated as Orichalcos card by text, so he is searchable.
Alright.
And you can discard him from hand, add one of the sealed spells to your hand.
Okay.
And then if he's in your hand or in your graveyard, you can banish him to block battle damage from one attack.
Nice.
So that's pretty useful. We have our sub-boss monster in the form of our boy Scathe here.
Scathe the Terror of Death.
This thing is a Levianeer on crack. You just banish 3 monsters
It really is,
to bring out this giant thing. And it does some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
When on summon, he gets a counter. You can remove the counter to Ryoku, a monster that is half its attack and gain its lost attack.
Okay.
And then at the start of each battle phase, he gets a terror counter. Once per turn during your main phase, you can remove a terror counter, pop a card your opponent controls. If this card leaves the field, draw a card. And each player can only summon this once per duel.
Oh, yeah.
So if they revive it with something, they can only revive it once, I guess.
Oh, boy.
So they're Monster Reborn it.
Okay.
Now we've got the Orichalcos Ace Pilot. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one card.
It's only got 300 attack and defense, and it's a level 1. What's the worst it can do?
He's a pilot for some of the powerful machine monsters you'll see in the extra deck. He's required for some of the extra deck cards.
You had me at machine monsters.
You've seen those machine monsters. Last monster in the deck, Summon Myself.
It's you!
Callan Florentine has the power to on-summon add the Seal of Orichalcos from deck to hand. I'm not as broken as MCOL 40. I don't search all 3 on summon.
Just the first one?
Just the first one.
Okay.
Which is good enough.
Oh, yeah.
And then he has another effect where it helps with the level 4 engine. I can tribute myself off to get a second normal summon of a level 4 lower monster in my hand. That's all the monsters.
Now for the spells.
Starting off spells, we have to have our 3 Seals of Orichalcos. The deck is basically Highlander, except for 3 copies of this.
Yeah.
Because it's... The spell speed 4 negate is like the only relevant... is kind of what keeps the deck relevant in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Also the same old usual stuff. It has
all the
500 attack points.
Yep, it has all the effect. Yep, it's got all the effects from the show.
Back row of monsters.
Yep. Like we said, it's got all the effects from the show, but it's also the UDE version, which lets you pitch it from your hand at any moment to negate something and then destroy it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this cannot stop stuff that specifically says you cannot respond.
Right.
That's Well, that's what we have Zeno-sama for under the Dueling Book version of the deck. I'll have to show you that sometime. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Silver Orichalcos, it can negate anything you want, essentially.
Alright.
Aside from Super Poly, I guess.
Okay, how many layers of this thing are we going at here?
Only the original 3. So
okay, we're just leaving it at Deuteros and Tridos?
Yep, we have Deuteros and Tridos here.
Okay.
Some of you people are crazy. I've seen people make like 20 levels of the seal. Like, what are you on?
I mean, come on, that's like half your deck,
that's
first
half
of
the
all.
deck, and like, you can't activate more than 1 layer a turn. It says so right here on the cards.
Yeah.
So Deuteros, you play it on top of your seal in play.
Yeah.
And it gets the effects of this, plus its own effects.
Okay.
Get 500 life points for each monster you control once per turn. Can negate a burn effect or a direct attack by tributing a monster and negate the attacker card, destroy it.
Yep.
And so it helps you against burn.
Okay.
And then we got Tridos here, which is...
Protects your monsters from spells and traps?
Protects all my monsters from my opponent's spells and traps. So all 3 of these out is pretty good. And they all gain each other's effects. Like, it just keeps adding on.
Yeah.
Next up, we got our Chosen Destiny here as a 1-of. You can pay 1,000 on an Orichalcos card from deck to hand.
Okay. So what does Orichalcos I do again?
We'll get to that. But it has an additional effect where you can pay 1,000 to choose one. Okay. You either add the card to hand, or you can blow up any Orichalcos card on field, ignoring any conditions that was separate from being destroyed.
Okay.
So, in the mirror match, you blow up your opponent's seal. Or you can blow up your own Kitora.
Okay.
Or you can blow up your own seal. Or you can blow up your own seal to avoid losing a soul in the challenge. That's Chosen Destiny. And then Orichalcos.
What if you blow up your own Shuneros?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Get Serpent out for free.
Yeah.
Then we got Orichalcos Eye. Like I said, we're getting to that. This is the busted version that lets me grab cards from my graveyard as well. Yeah. But other than that, the deck has no graveyard recursion.
Yeah.
I kind of needed it.
Hey, whatever gets your hand traps back.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Once per turn, pay 1,000. Add an Orichalcos card from deck or graveyard. Continuous spell, by the way. Who thought this was okay? But we run it because it's the only recursion I have.
Yeah.
Monster Reborn, just generic. It's at 1. May as well run it.
Yeah.
Alright, now we got some special cards from the anime. Just specific cards we picked out just to use.
Yeah.
So you've got Command Silencer here.
Yeah.
It's a quick play spell. It's a negate attack plus a draw card. Negates attack, ends battle phase, draw 1.
Won't argue with that.
Yep.
Next.
Next we have Mystic Guillotine. This card's hilarious when your opponent sets up a big negate monster, because it's like, this is target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it, but this card's activation effects cannot be negated. So let me just nuke your Savage Dragon or Appaloosa. And you can't do nothing about it.
Okay, what else we got?
Lastly, we have Mischief of the Time Goddess. Yep, we're still running this. So skip directly to your next turn's battle phase.
Okay. But
there is a offset to this, is that we're not running like the busted draw cards anymore. Like Card of Demise, because that my whole hand, draw 5 cards.
Yeah.
No, that crap's out of here. The reason that is because when we have big draw and a card that says skip directly, then a card that gives you 2 battle phases.
Then where's the fairness in that?
Yeah. Then FTKs start to happen, because you can activate this turn 1, get a battle phase turn 1, essentially. Yeah. So then FTKs start to happen. We don't want that. Now you just have to.
We want the challenge to be doable.
Yeah, like it has to be hard, but it can't be just totally unbeatable. Yeah. So we have to hard draw this off the draw phase, essentially.
Yeah. And I think the sword is next. Yes.
Yeah, we got Synthesis 30's sword.
Yep.
Which is it equips to her by her effect, and then I think this thing is if I can send this from my hand to the graveyard to add the monster it equips to.
Nice.
And then while it's equipped to it can only equip to a warrior.
Okay.
While it's equipped, plus 500 attack. Yep. If it battles a warrior monster, I can pay 1,000 to pop it before damage.
Yep.
And if if the equipped monster would be destroyed, send this to the graveyard instead.
Okay.
Not bad.
Nice.
It's really just deck thinning link fodder. All right. Here are spell cards.
The sealed spells?
For the sealed series. You can only activate these one a turn. Each one summons the appropriate monster from the hand or deck. And you can only activate one if the seal's in play.
Okay.
So Gleam Eyes, Skull Reaper, and Warhammer. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. And now?
Trap cards. We play 2 Imperms. We need to have a secondary hand trap, essentially.
Won't argue with that.
So I was going to run Orichalcos Nezuko, the copy-paste Ash Blossom in here.
Yeah.
But Imperm can't be called by or triple tactics.
Ooh. Okay.
Because it's not a monster.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why we run Imperm instead.
Okay.
Our last couple traps we're getting to here. Crosshard, this is another one of those niche anime cards.
Yeah.
When you take battle damage, flip this up, take permanent control of the monster that just attacks me.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty helpful.
Yep.
Kind of conflicts with Hutor a little bit, though, because it sucks up all your battle damage.
Yeah.
So you essentially can't activate it. But
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
If you're going that route, so
Alright.
be aware of that.
And then...
Data Drain is essentially a lost win on crack. Activate this by targeting one of your opponent's monsters. While that monster is on the field, its attack is 0, effects are negated.
Ooh.
Really freaking good.
Oh, lordy.
So, yeah, dot hack. And so this is kind of like... This and Scathe are like the dot hack cards.
Oh, boy.
Alright.
Okay, extra deck, here we go.
Extra deck time. That's the main deck. It's 40 cards.
Yep.
Berserker makes the world go round.
One monster.
One monster. So...
Just the one.
Just the one, and you only use this to tribute it off and summon a gadget out of the deck.
Okay.
As well, it has a graveyard effect. Well, it can be activated on field as well, I guess.
Yeah.
You can banish it from your field or your graveyard as a quick effect to activate the Seal of Orichalcos from your deck.
Nice.
Yep. And the funny interaction with this card is that you can tribute it off. They try to call by the grave this. You use the quick banish effect to activate the seal, and you still get your summon off the gadget. Okay. Because it dodges the targeting by called by,
nice.
which is awesome. So there's Berserker.
Okay.
We're also playing our 2 level 4 guys here.
Alright.
These just get us out of bad hands.
Wait a sec. I've seen this anime before.
Okay, so first up we're going to talk about Orichalcos Sealed Utopia. You discard any Orichalcos card and banish 3 other cards from your extra deck face up to summon him. So he's kind of hard to... it can be hard to decide what you want to keep in your extra deck because of all this good stuff we got here.
Okay, but I'm already interested because he has 0 attack and defense.
So he can't be killed... no, he just can't take battle damage through monsters involving him.
Okay.
And you can only summon each of these once per duel.
Yeah.
And through their own condition, and then Sealed Utopia is once per duel. You can discard a card, draw a card.
Okay.
And then after that, he's basically Link or Xyz fodder.
Okay. And Kirito here?
Kirito is a little different. You have to discard either... You can't just discard any card for him. You have to discard either Shuneros, Aristeros, or Dexia.
Okay.
To summon this guy from your extra deck. On summon, he draws you a card, puts a 2 body on the field.
Okay.
And then... If he's still on the... If you haven't linked him away, or Xyzed with him... Once per turn, if your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard a card, negate the attack. But not the whole battle phase.
Okay.
So he's really good. Also, you can only summon this card once a duel.
Okay.
Same as Utopia.
Alright. What else we got?
Our main Xyz mainstay of the deck. We got double Gigant X, double Dark Gigant.
2 level 4 monsters?
Yep, you just smash 2 level 4 monsters, you detach 1 search from Orichalcos card.
Alright, I'm guessing it functions just like Gigant X?
Pretty much. If he is destroyed by battle or card effect, you get to float into a gadget out of the graveyard.
Ooh.
So that's pretty useful as well. We play 2. I could probably cut this to 1, but if 1 gets stopped, I still need another. So we're playing 2 kind of as a filler.
Yeah.
Too. Okay, now for some new Link cards. We have Orichalcos Shunan and Orichalcos Shudan. Shunan is broken. Shudan is kind of broken. I didn't make these. Robbie Cole didn't make these. We actually found these by some guy on Dueling Book.
Okay.
And We decided just to give him a try, I guess.
Okay.
Shunan is when this card 1 level 4 or lower, Orichalcos monster for both of these.
Yeah.
For each one. Shunan is you on link summon, pay 500 special and a level 4 or lower Orichalcos monster from your deck.
Okay.
To the zone he points to. And then if Seal of Orichalcos is in play, you can't negate it.
Okay. And then
Shudan, same except thing, except on link summon, he lets you summon one from hand by paying 500, and then you draw one.
Okay.
Literally same thing. And then one's light, one's dark. They're both warriors.
Neat.
Yeah. So yeah, this thing is very, very sus.
Yeah.
So got those guys, but we're running them just to try them out.
All right.
All right. Now we've got a card that I'm embarrassed to say I made this a long time ago, like back when links were first a thing.
Yeah.
And well, I'll just show it to you. Orichalcos, Serpent of Chaos. Okay. Because I was like, I need a quick link monster, and I'm not smart enough to make Berserker like I'm Cool 40 was. But
let's see. So I already see the typo there. Reptile Link Ritual.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Reptile Link Effect.
Yeah. Okay.
I did put that in as a typo.
Okay.
By mistake.
Put that aside. Let's see what kind of effect he has.
So he's 2 monsters. One of them has to be an Orichalcos monster.
Of course.
And then this guy's actually reworked from the version you may have seen on Dueling Book.
Okay.
So has 100 less attack, so he's 23
with seal.
With seal. Okay. And then once per turn as a quick effect, you can banish a light and a dark out of grave.
So or 2 light and or dark.
Yeah. And so in any combination, you get 2 lights, 2 darks, or a light and a dark. Just a quick effect, pop a card your opponent controls by targeting it.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Pretty good disruption.
Yeah.
But I didn't want. He's also kind of like a Nightmare Phoenix, where he doesn't give you any link arrows.
Oof. Okay.
He actually gives your opponent a link arrow.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of the balancing factor, I guess. We don't talk about Serpent of Order. He's kind of on the cutting room floor right now.
Yeah. All right.
Something else Robbie Cool comes up. This is Orichalcos, barishu, and nori. It's 1 monster again, like Berserker, but this isn't as good as Berserker, but still pretty helpful in some situations.
Really? So, tell us more.
Yep, so you can only link summon this thing during the turn you're able to perform a battle phase.
Okay, so you can't turn 1 this.
Nope. Equip 1 monster from your deck to this card once per turn. It gets its attack.
Okay, Divine Serpent.
Yep. But cannot do damage. But this card cannot do damage through battle.
Aww.
It's just to get over a problematic. It's just a quick way to get over a problematic card.
Okay.
And at the end of the turn, you have to send the monster that you equip to it to the grave. So you don't just get to keep the infinite.
Aww. Okay. What else we got?
Remember Ace? I'll dig him out real quick. But you remember the Ace pilot?
Okay.
He is a pilot for Orichalcos Gundam 00. So this thing...
I should be offended by this somehow, but I'm not sure if I should be.
You've already seen him in action anyway. So Ace Pilot on the field, you overlay into this.
Okay.
This thing, if this thing doesn't have Ace Pilot as a material, goes to defense, can't be changed, it's effect negated.
Okay.
When this card attacks, you can pay half your life to have him gain 500 attack. So he becomes 4,500 with the seal for one battle. By paying half.
Alright.
So that's good.
Okay.
Now he does have a rank up. You rank him up into Orichalcos Gundam 00 Trans Am mode. So
what does Utopia the Lightning do again?
Yeah, exactly. So this thing is you can detach 1 once per turn. You usually detach this because he loses all of his effects if you lose Ace Pilot.
Yep.
So you detach this once per turn. Blow up a card your opponent controls.
Okay.
And I believe it doesn't target. Once per turn, destroy 1 card in your opponent's field. Doesn't target. It's non-targeting destruction. Pretty helpful against some things.
Okay.
The real kicker here is that when this card attack, it just gains 2,000 attack.
Okay, so with seal out, it just becomes 5,000 right down in there?
For 1 battle, yep.
Okay.
And so it's Utopia the Lightning that can attack directly.
Yeah.
But at the end of its battle, you have to send the entire thing to the graveyard.
Okay.
But if this card leaves the field, you do get your pilot back.
Okay.
But these are the only 2 things you can make with pilot other than basic stuff.
Aww.
So
okay.
You only get the Gundams once.
Aww.
Alright, next up, we remember our boy Scathe here.
Okay. Yeah. Did he get some spice?
Well, here's his scythe and his wand.
I said spice. That's scythe.
Yeah, so here's his scythe and his wand. These cards used to be useless in Master Rule 4, but with Master Rule 5, they're actually playable again.
Okay.
Because if Scathe's on the field, you just drop these from your extra deck onto the field.
Alright.
You can union them onto Scathe. This one makes him indestructible by destroying this instead.
Okay.
And then this one is anything he kills in battle gets banished instead.
Okay. Okay.
Instead of going to the graveyard.
Okay.
What you usually do is you summon this, blow them both up.
Okay.
To contact fuse into this.
Okay.
Skeeth's after image. So this thing is basically a Time Lord. It can't be killed by battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving it.
Okay.
And whenever this thing battles, you can pay half your life points to have it copy the attack of the highest monster on the field.
Okay. So what's the last one there?
Oh, the last card in the extra deck?
Yeah.
These two fuse together.
What?
Into the History Eraser button, as I like to call it. The Accursed Wave.
5,000 attack and defense?
On a level 1. On a level 1.
Okay, what does this do?
This thing's a Chaos Emperor Dragon on summon.
Oh my god.
Nukes the field in hand and then lets you activate the Seal of Orichalcos or the next available layer from your... Is it from your deck?
Okay.
Its conditions are correct.
Okay.
So it activates you a seal, so souls are on the line, and then both players are in top deck mode. It doesn't do damage. It doesn't do.
No.
It blows itself up, so you can't just attack for 5k.
Okay.
It's an emperor. It's an emperor dragon.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see that side deck.
Side deck, we got Mind Control. We got Mind Control.
Of course, for your Link 1s.
Yep, Mind Control for
Berserker.
Because Berserker is any one monster.
Yeah.
So why not let my opponent do the work?
Okay.
For those back row decks, we got Triple Twin Twisters.
Enough said.
Not a lot of stuff hurts by getting discarded.
Yeah.
Mirror Knights.
Of course.
Mirror Knights. You've seen these guys before.
Yeah.
Yes, there are souls underneath these tokens.
Yeah.
So when you destroy their shields, you do get to see who's underneath them.
Yeah.
I guess I can show one of them. We got High Ruler here. He'll recognize this. This is one of my subscribers, High Ruler. Dueling you was really fun, actually. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But congratulations, you're one of the Mirror Knights.
Yep.
So this ritual summons it from the deck, by the way.
Ooh, and that's pretty cool.
When this is summoned, you get the 4 tokens. They each come in with a shield.
Okay.
And then while they have a shield, they can copy the attack of any monster they're battling. And then during the end phase, if this is in play, you get to replace all the shields.
Okay.
So, no, that's really that. It is canon. We do have to run it in some capacity.
Okay.
Because darts did use this.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Running 4 copycats.
Yeah. So it is canon, but I feel it's a little too broken for starting out in the main deck.
Okay.
Also, there is a softer run on this that the tokens can't be linked away.
Okay.
Because that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another sub-boss monster
that
I decided to throw in just for the heck of it.
Okay.
Slifer the Sky Dragon.
What's the catch?
Malefic Slifer the Sky Dragon.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so typical Malefic effect. You can banish this from your field or from your deck or your hand, summon this from your hand.
Yeah.
Typical Malefic fare, and then his only other effect is that he gets 1,000 attacking defense for both players' hands.
Ooh.
So he can be pretty big, but like I said, typical Malefic rules, he's the only monster that can attack.
So activate Card of Sanctity, gain 12,000 attack.
That's why we don't run Card of Sanctity or Card of Demise.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, what else we got?
Yeah, so he's, Yeah. Alright, our next few things. We have the blowout card against any later dark deck.
Total Eclipse.
We're running triple Total Eclipse. It's a ritual card that can be set from my hand without a ritual spell.
Okay.
So, hey, I can make Berserker with it. Or I can't make Berserker with it because it's not face up.
Yeah. Link rules, gotta love them.
Yep. So this thing is, I can banish this from anywhere except the main deck as a quick effect.
Okay.
Then discard a card.
Yeah.
And then I declare light attribute or dark attribute.
Okay.
My opponent's stuff of the declared attribute everywhere gets negated until the end of the turn.
Ooh, okay.
Or until my opponent's next end phase. Yep, negate. So yeah, it's just until my opponent's next end phase. It's just sorry for the jump cut. The camera ran out of time.
Okay.
But we're back. So like I said, it's a blowout card for any light or dark deck.
Okay.
So you gotta run it.
Okay.
Especially when light and dark becomes very relevant. Okay.
Okay.
These last 4 cards here have a interesting story. So little.
I swear if it's slow for GX.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Please continue.
So little 14 or 15, I don't remember how old I was back in 2006 or whatever when this happened.
Yeah, but point is,
I like GX. I like Jaden. And seeing him take down the Sacred Beast with the card that Amnail gave him was just too cool to pass up. So we're playing our one-wing Karibo here.
Okay.
Hey, I can link it away, make Berserker. That's about it.
Okay, what, Fluid Summoning Karibo?
Yeah, we play. So to get this out.
Okay, you play 2.
Now, you see where I'm going with this? We play our Sabotael, the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So the reason we play Wing Karibo, this is our Sabotael engine right here.
Yeah.
This only goes in game 3.
Okay.
Because, like, if I just need to close a game and catch a soul, we're going in hard.
Yeah. And what better way to do that than with Sabotael?
Yep. So the anime version of this card is when a Wing Karibo is sent to the graveyard, you get to add it from your deck. It adds itself from your deck to your hand.
Okay.
So, like I said, this is the card Amnail gave Jaden in order to destroy the Sacred Beast, essentially.
I see. So what does it do?
It lets you search any card by paying half your life points.
Okay.
3 times.
Excuse me.
So you activate this, pay half, goes to your hand.
It goes back to your hand. Okay.
Yeah, search any card, goes back to your hand. Pay half. So what you essentially do, pay half search, pay half search, pay half search. You search all your spell speed 4s, and anything else you need to blow out your opponent.
Okay.
And
you
then,
only do that like 3 times, I assume.
Yeah, the search is only 3 times a duel, and you'll be at 1,000 life points, so you're very susceptible to certain things. But the point is, you've already grabbed all your cards you're going to need to blow out your opponent. Okay. And then, going second, this card's hilarious. Okay. Because if you activate this a 4th time, you can equip it to a monster on your field as an equip spell. Yeah. Multiply its attack by the number of monsters your opponent controls. So, some of these guys can get pretty big depending on how many monsters are in play.
Everybody known for making U-boards, better watch out.
Yeah. Well, U-boards are kind of impossible now and kind of irrelevant because of Master Rule 5. Yeah. But, yeah, controlling at least 4 or 3 monsters can be a pretty big problem with this. Oh, yeah. Especially if you give this to Titan, he can double pierce. Especially. So yeah, like I said, this is like our history eraser button here.
Oh yeah, that's the game 3 game closer there.
Yeah, this, like I said, these 4 cards only go in game 3. Okay. So if you beat me before that, or if I beat you before that, it don't matter. Sadly, I couldn't show this off in the Duel Against Machinas because we never got that far.
Yeah, because it had a perfect 2-0 there.
Yeah. So, that's the Orichalcos deck as of right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you stuck with me till the end.
I certainly did.
Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah, there's one more card here. We have our UDS Orichalcos Field Center. I actually got this off a judge friend of mine.
That's pretty cool.
Back when it came out. He didn't want it, so I was like, hey, you want this thing? And I'm like, hell yeah.
It's Orichalcos, man.
Yeah. And plus, there has to be something official in this made-up dumpster fire.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Like I said, viewership is always appreciated. Yep. If you want to fight me, I am on Discord. You can find me online. I do have this deck built on Dueling Book, card for card. So if you want to fight me on Dueling Book, I'll leave my Dueling Book name in the description. And then, not much else to say, but we got the seal here. If you run an Orichalcos deck, keep using it. Suck out the souls of your friends. Make the Leviathan as happy as you can. And I guess with all that out of the way, we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.